Welcome to the FHPL Makerspace Maker video for today. Today we're going to make a teeny tiny book. Now this is not a book that we're going to make to actually read. This is a book that belongs in a dollhouse or something. Looks like this. Teeny tiny book. Yep. Alright, so what I've done is I've printed out these teeny tiny book cover. This one here is The Science of Black Hair, a comprehensive guide to textured hair care by Audrey Davis Sivasothi. Then we also have this teeny tiny copy of Medea Goes to Jail, the play by Tyler Perry. I'm making these to go in our little dollhouse bookstore that we have downstairs at the back of the reference desk. So take a look next time you come in here. Maybe you'll see these guys. All right. First thing we're going to do is measure how big we want these pages. I'm going to use centimeters because it's easier than thinking in eighths, which is what inches make you do. So this book is about 21 millimeters high. And if we measure inside, we don't want to measure exactly across because we want to have a little bit of a spine there when we fold it. It's about, let's see, that looks like it's about 17 inches wide per page. It's not super important to know how wide the pages are. It's more important to know how high they're going to be. So once again, that measurement is about 21 inches. I'm going to call it 22 centimeters. Did I say inches? I meant millimeters. 21 millimeters. I'm going to call it 20 millimeters because it'll look better it'll look more realistic if the pages are actually inside the book and not like too high. So I've just got some regular old paper here. I'm going to make myself a strip that is 20 millimeters high. The best way to get a really good straight line is to always have 2 points of measurement. I'm going to make a tiny one there. Just come a little bit further down and measure 2 centimeters again. 20 millimeters. And then you can connect those two right here. All right, so that looks pretty good. Nice straight area here that we're going to cut out to fold up for our book. All right. Again, it doesn't matter a whole lot how wide it is because we're going to do this to measure that first one. Stick it in, and you can see where I've already kind of folded this binding a little bit. I'm not going to go straight to that binding. I'm going to be like a hair in the book because when I fold this fold is just a hair past the edge of the book. Before you crease it, make sure these edges are lined up so you get a nice straight crease. You want this edge and this edge to line up. Alright, so there's my first fold. I still haven't creased it though. I just want to check it. So yeah, it's a little bit big. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. Just pulled it that way with my thumb. Another little fold. When I put it in this time, I feel like that looks better. You can see by this pencil mark here that it's actually inside the cover of the book. So we're going to leave it like that and make some more folds. So now that I have folded it, I'm going to crease it by kind of pinching it with my fingernails. You can also do this by putting it on a flat surface, burnishing it with the edge of your scissors or the handle of the scissors or a spoon, or if you're super fancy and you've done book arts before, a bone folder. Now, to do this next little fold, I'm keeping it lined up with the pages, top and bottom. I'm just very carefully eyeballing it to make sure that when I hit that final fold, it's going to be the right length. It's fiddly. Okay, that looks pretty darn good to me. So I'm going to crease it. Okay, you're going to keep doing this till you get to the end of your strip. Make sure I'm straight up here. All right, keep going until you get to the end of your strip. Okay, I have my book pages together now. I actually felt like that one strip wasn't enough, so I made another one, and they're pretty tight there. I creased them all as I folded, making sure that the height and everything was correct. All right, so here's my little book block that we're going to put into our teeny tiny copy of The Science of Black Hair by Audrey Davis Sivasothi. What I'm going to do, got these guys lined up here. I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit of bead of glue on here. It's going to come out slow because I don't want it to come out fast. This stuff is going to spread, so we're not going to put it all the way at the edge. We're just going to put it sort of in the middle there. That is not a lot of glue. And now, here's my tiny cover. When we put it in here, it's going to squish. There it goes. Did you see it squish? Up at the top of the binding, top of the book. Get rid of that. That is just perfect. Now there's not too much glue. There's just enough to hold it. And of course, no one's going to actually be reading this book unless there are teeny tiny people who come into the library and use our little dollhouse bookstore that we just don't know about. So now I'm going to take this, going to weight it by putting it under a really great scientific weight distribution device that I like to call a stapler. Boom. I'm going to leave it there overnight, see what happens. All right, here we are with our little books that have been sitting under the weight all night. Let's see what they look like. They look pretty cute. Look at that. Teeny tiny little books. Can't see the glue, so that's pretty cool. Here's Medea. The spine got pretty flat on that one. It looks good. Here's the other ones. All right. This one was the first one I tried, and as you can see, it's a little rough. I'm gonna have to trim these little pages and everything to make it look better. But I'm gonna bring these and put them down in our little bookstore library bookstore dollhouse behind the reference desk, so come and check them out. Thanks for watching. Come back another time for another Fairhope Public Library Makerspace video.